It's a lovely shade of pink.
It's not pink. It's salmon. It's a strong fish.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Words Are Hard show. As always, yeah, words are hard, aren't they? We do that all the time. It's me, Greg. It's Alex. It's Mike. We're back.
Bringing you some fresh jokes where we fuck up a word and then say, oh, words are hard.
Yeah. That's our go-to bread and butter.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we're back with the randomizer. And
Well, I think before the randomizer, shouldn't we talk about a certain draw?
Yeah. Also from the randomizer.
Also from the randomizer.
I mean, at this point, we appreciate everybody's input on the contest that we had run for 400 subscribers. Now that we are nearing the 500 subscriber mark at the end of...
It's crazy.
Yeah, at the end of this contest. So we're going to be doing the draw for our 2 shirts. After this episode goes up, the winner will be contacted for colors, sizes,
All the fun stuff.
all the little details and shit
Credit card number.
for the totally free.
Yeah, totally free.
So let's pull up the contest.
Do we need a drum roll?
No, I gotta restart the. I gotta restart.
I suck at drum rolls anyway, apparently.
drummers. I don't drum roll very well.
I'm awesome at egg rolls, though.
I prefer egg rolls over drum rolls.
Sometimes turkey rolls.
I never had a turkey roll.
The occasional chicken roll. Cinnamon rolls for sure. Oh. Now I'm hungry.
I wanted to see how long you guys would do that for.
That's all you're getting out of me. Who we got?
Silly Drizzy.
Yay!
So just got you
Yeah, who would have thought?
I'm shocked.
Yeah. Quite
Shocked,
frankly, I'm shocked. Only, what, 14 suggestions out of the 15 episodes?
So I mean, yeah. Thank you for the support.
We appreciate it. That man wants a shirt.
That man wants a
He's
shirt.
getting a
2.
shirt or 2.
He's getting 2. So
Well,
we
maybe he's giving one away. So maybe he's only going to keep one shirt.
That's right.
will be in contact with you very shortly, and
Then we'll know where you
Get a
live.
hold of you.
Congratulations! I'm gonna see if I can find a confetti overlay.
Yeah,
for
No,
this video.
fireworks.
I want like a single piece of confetti,
Yeah, just one.
very slowly,
shittily animated.
It should just kind of randomly float around.
or maybe like one balloon that somebody has let go to let the air out. So it's like,
I'm not good with animation, but no. Congratulations, Silly Drizzy.
yeah.
Thank
Put-
you for feeding our show.
Put in one of those rap horns.
Thank you, and don't forget, the more that we grow, the more real the meat is that we can eat. We don't actually.
What?
It's
We don't make meat.
It's a joke for creators, yeah.
So yeah, no, there's certainly going to be more contests in the future. The reason we did 400 subscribers as opposed to some of the usual milestones like 500 or something like that is just we didn't think that we would actually hit
I was
400.
literally just going to say.
And then in the few weeks that we did, we hit 500. So it's just kind of like, all right.
It's the snowball effect.
Effectively, yeah.
So we're kind of at the point here where I'm not sure. The sooner we get to 1,000, the sooner we'll probably look at something else.
You got it.
We'll definitely have some more specials coming out and some more contests in the future. So
you hear that? That's a challenge, guys. Help us get to 1,000.
that's a challenge. That's right. So I guess more for this episode. Moving forward, we had the contest. Like I said, we're now getting to 500 subscribers. I guess we sort of wanted to take a moment away from the randomizer for more of an update video. So
Yeah, and explain why we were wearing the same clothes for 3 weeks in a row.
Well, the thing that a lot of people don't actually know about the show necessarily, they probably caught on. It's not like we hit it, but we do pre-record the show on weekends. I've been gone for about a week and a half or so. So I missed 2 of our recording days that we would have normally recorded for. Plus, we had our regular week, so we haven't sat down to do this in about 3 weeks.
It's 3 weeks at this point, yeah.
Yep.
So,
it was a glorious 3 weeks not having to see your 2 faces.
Oh wow!
Thanks for that.
I watched the show every day and cried.
I miss those guys.
No, I was down on my honeymoon in the Dominican, and I don't know. Did you guys do anything with that time off? Did you
Realistically,
have some fun?
Just spend time with the woman.
You were sick.
I was sick. I was sick last
You
weekend.
guys both got sick.
I was sick last weekend with cold chills and basically just road tripping effectively, which was a terrible combination, by the way. Don't
hate it when I rip my roaches.
But no, it was agony, just laying in bed.
Were you sick with the flu, or did you have that god-awful cold that I had and couldn't get rid of for 2 weeks?
It was some sort of flu, like cold. I had cold sweats for like 4 days. And even today, I'm not feeling 100%, but
I'm definitely feeling better today than I had in weeks. Oh man, I was in bad shape.
When I was down in the Dominican, like I felt great, and then towards the end of it, my stomach was kind of bugging me a little bit.
It's from all the alcohol.
It may have been.
Maybe. And it's not one of those things where you're plastered all the time. It was like a very...
I don't know. Anytime I ever heard from you, you were drunk.
I'm drunk.
Pretty sure you tried to drunk call me one night, and it didn't come through. Otherwise, I probably would have had a nice drunken conversation.
I'm not saying that there wasn't nights where I was drunk. I'm just saying that for the most part, it's just very consistent. Like, you wake up and you go to have a meal, and it's just like... you don't really know what time it is.
Yeah.
So just have a beer.
Because you're so hungover.
So
I love it. So I mean, yeah, it has been 3 weeks.
But when I got back, I was really sick, stomach sick, and I don't know, like
it could be food there too.
Yeah, well, the thing is like they had some really nice restaurants at the resort we were at, and so like we were eating really good food the whole time, and then we get back, and as soon as the plane landed, we landed in Moncton at 3 in the morning. We were out of customs at 3:30ish.
Oh, geez.
Almost closer to 4, and immediately went to McDonald's. And I was just like, oh, I just want a dirty burger.
Cheese.
Yeah. So got a burger and then drove home, and it's just like maybe I shouldn't have immediately gone for the shittiest thing that I could reach.
I don't know. You kind of have to.
I mean, no. I mean, effectively, if you're out there, you're eating good food. I guess you come back here to your homeland. You're like, I want to eat like shit. I want it now, and I want it in my face.
It's like the Iron Man movie, the very first Iron Man movie, when he was rescued after being tortured. The first thing he wanted was a cheeseburger, so they made him take him to Burger King. I'd have picked something other than Burger King, but
I would have preferred Burger King. We already had this conversation. I would have went to Wendy's.
I would have went to Wendy's, especially now that Wendy's is in the news with their Twitter feed, but that's a whole other...
I love that passion, yeah.
So, yeah, I think we should back up a step. You jumped right to telling a story about when you got home. I think you should tell a story told me.
I'm just trying to sympathize to tell you guys that, like, hey, I was sick too.
Yeah, for one day.
I was sick too.
Self-inflicted.
For one day, okay. Let's stop being subtle here. I shit myself for a week when I got back.
Okay. Then yeah, you can sympathize with me.
Let's be subtle here.
Let's not be subtle anymore. Fuck. Like,
I was kind of hoping you'd tell your story though that you told me about your new friend that you made when you were at the Dominican. No
trip to the Caribbean is complete without meeting a drug dealer. Yep. I guess. So I was down on the beach one day. I had been drinking, and we went to go to bed, and I couldn't fall asleep, so I decided to go for a walk, see if I can
find some drugs.
Go to one of the 24-hour restaurants and like just get something to eat, get a snack or whatever. And I was walking on the beach in the middle of the night, and I thought, this is really nice. But what I forgot is that like the resorts are kind of protected, but the beaches are just sort of, you can get to them.
They're just there, yeah.
So this guy comes running up to me, and he's just wearing swim shorts. And I was like, that's weird. And he's just like, hey man, and he's like, hey, you want some marijuana, you want some weed? And I was like, what? And he pulls something out of his pocket, like, and he's holding it like this, and of course drunk stupid Mike is just like, I need to identify what that is. So I leaned in and I smelt it, and I was just like, oh, that's weed. I was like, no, thank you, no. And he starts like, what, you don't smoke? And he's all kind of like being like, what are you, a pussy?
Yeah.
And I was just like, no, man, like I can't, like, I'll get paranoid and blah blah blah. And I was trying to like explain to him, and he goes, oh, okay. And he was super cool with that, and I was like, great. And he's just like, so you want cocaine? You want the cocaine? And his buddy comes up, and he's got like this wooden box that's almost looks like a mini chess set, and he opens it up, and there's all these like bags of like coke just like taped in there, like lined up like perfectly, like he's ready to open a fucking storefront. And I was like, no. And in my mind, I'm just like, all right, if I'm like, oh no, marijuana makes me paranoid, my next step is not cocaine. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. It's the logical point for me.
You don't want something that's terribly benign. You want to have a good time.
Yeah.
You want your life ruined.
Yeah, you don't want to get paranoid. You want to get tinfoil hat paranoid, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was like, nah, man, it's cool, I can't. And then I just like fist bumped him. He's like, all right, and he patted me on the back. I walked away, and then the next morning I was just kind of like, I guess like I'm not in my small New Brunswick town anymore. I was down in, in this unknown country that I'd never been in before, and I was super casual about that, which is probably for the best.
Most casual drug deal of all time.
But
I was just gonna say,
attempted drug deal.
what you fail to realize is he wasn't patting you on the back. He forgot to flip the blade out on his knife.
He's like, he was trying to shank me,
Yeah.
and then his buddy's like, oh, you fucked up. Opportunity's
Quit
gone.
sampling the merchandise.
Yeah. No, little jabs. But no, that was the thing.
You were lucky you didn't wake up in a hotel bathroom with your kidneys missing.
Yeah, it was a very cool like, nah, thanks man, fist bump, see you later, good luck.
I don't know. I get the impression though that they're pretty laid back anyway. There,
probably. I mean that could have very easily been like, oh, if you're not gonna pay me for it, then you're just gonna give me the money anyway. Yeah, could have got robbed on the beach.
Did you have any money on you at the time though?
Like $6.
I don't know.
American. Of course I would have.
How much?
No, I meant like.
How much were they charging for the weed? $4 American.
$50.
$50?
Yeah.
Whatever he had?
He just had this bag. He's like, oh yeah, $50. And I was like, ha! Even if I did smoke, like.
I told him flat out, I got $6.
Yeah, and that's and that might get me something back home.
Exactly, yeah.
So.
And I guarantee you, if you had said, I've got $6, he'd been like, all right, you can have it for $6.
They haggle so much down there.
That's why you started high.
Well, that.
I see what you did there.
That's like, we had another incident. Not an incident, where just like there was this vendor, and my wife picked out some jewelry, and I was looking at like a bottle of alcohol, and he's like, talking real fast and trying to get us like, oh, I'll make you a deal, and he wouldn't tell us any prices, and then all of a sudden everything's bundled up in a bag. He's like, all right, $350. I was like, nah, you're funny for your bottle of liquor and your bracelet. Anyway, we ended up getting a smaller bottle of liquor and all the same jewelry for $50. So they definitely like to haggle there.
$350. Oh, fuck no. Yeah. Putting that back.
And he's like, nope. Yeah, I tried putting it back, and he's putting it back in the bag. No, $375. We're friends. We're buddies. We're friends. So it's just like.
Did he go in the opposite direction?
No, $275. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, no, I'm not looking to spend that much. How much do you have? How much are you looking to spend? How much are you looking to spend? And I look over at Samantha, and my mind's going like, I didn't even want to spend $100 down here. We already paid to get down here. I just wanted to chill, you know. And she's like, I don't know. I still want this jewelry, so like $50. And he's like, yep, go ahead. And he was totally cool after that.
I just said 20.
Yeah. I would have been
He's just trying to get some sort of weird markup out of it, right?
I got $20 out of it. Well, yeah, of course. But he played this card where, because like, there was this bracelet, and he added like some extra links to it to make it like long enough and stuff for. And he's like, "Oh, come on! I did this extra work. Are you gonna make me work for free?" And he's like, "And then I gotta go back to my boss, and I just worked for free. I can't do this. I can't just work for free." And he's like, he got really pathetic.
Oh, wow.
He knows how to play the game.
Oh, for sure.
Well, I mean, when you're down there and that's what your livelihood is, you're going to ham it up.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, my kids are starving.
My kids are starving. Poor Timmy has a black lung.
somebody pulled that. There was one of the vendors, I think, who were like, oh, I gotta feed the kids. You know, kids gotta eat. I remember hearing that one more than once, and I was like, fuck off.
Fuck your kids.
Yeah,
I don't
Fuck
care
your
about
kids,
your kids
and your couch and your vending.
but I mean, like, yeah, like gorgeous country, a lot of fun. But we took a tour of the city capital, and when you're driving there, you see a lot of sort of like third world conditions. It was very humbling,
Yeah.
I guess.
So you're going down there to take a vacation.
Yeah,
and you're like,
yeah.
oh, hey,
and like
we're just trying to survive.
there's a whole lot of businesses that you see that have been built and then abandoned and just sort of there. So anyway, there's this storefront. It's totally empty. It's just got 3 walls, like the front wall. There's no. It's
really?
it's open the way a lot of the shops and
Yeah.
whatever would have been, but there's nothing in it, and it's all dilapidated inside. But outside, it looks like the roof and this big banner looked brand new. A woman eating a cheeseburger, and it had like a menu on it, like it was a restaurant, but it's totally hollow on the inside. And we were just bussing past this area, and I looked over, and all I see is there's a dog, 2 shirtless guys, and 3 flaming piles of garbage just inside of this storefront. And we drove by, and I looked over, and I went, oh, this is like, there's problems here. You know, and then it became really apparent because we were right downtown, and nobody follows any of the traffic laws.
Yeah.
So it's just cars everywhere, and cars just inserting themselves into fast-moving traffic, and all the traffic coming to a stop, and everybody just sort of honking and inching wherever they want to go. So we're in this tour bus, and we're amidst this mess, and we're across from their Chinatown, which is the busiest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And just this busy market, because you're talking about 2 separate, very heavily marketed cultures.
Yeah. Clashing, basically.
Anyway, so I look out the window next to me, and I see a guy with a water bottle and a rag walk up to a car. And I was just like, it's just like in New York, you know, the squeegee boys, they'll shittily wash your window and you'll give them $1 or whatever. And this is a really nice like SUV, because it was weird because either people were driving super nice cars and looked really well off, or they looked like they were gonna shit themselves and die right there. There was no
middle.
I didn't see like a middle class, you know. We even drove past the Palace of the President, which is the most gorgeous, well-kept thing I've ever seen, right down the street from flaming pile of garbage restaurant.
There are problems here.
Nice.
Yeah, big, brand new, like shiny helicopter up on the hill, ready to go. Armed guards everywhere, and then flaming restaurant. So anyway, so we're sitting in traffic, and I see this really nice car. Buddy walks up. I'm like, oh, he's gonna wash the windshield, and he leans into the window, and the driver reaches down into the console and hands the guy a banana. And the guy puts it in his pocket and then washes the window and then walks away. And I stopped for a second. I turned to Samantha and I went, let's watch that guy wash a window for a banana. And then she's like, you what? And I was like, that moment is when it clicked that I'm not in my North American whatever country anymore. That I'm somewhere, that this place is different. You know,
I thought for sure you were going to eventually tell the story and that the bottle wasn't full of water; it was full of gasoline.
That's what I was immediately. What I was
he turned into
thinking,
a Molotov cocktail and threw it into the guy. It's not quite that much of a disaster there. Then
I don't know what I'm more amazed about right now.
I'm not.
The fact that the guy in the SUV had a banana,
a random banana
that he was readily able to give to someone, or the fact that a guy washed a windshield for a banana.
He probably had a whole bundle of bananas in there just for such a scenario.
I don't think that he had intended to wash a window for a banana. That was the thing, because he went up and the guys were talking, and then he handed him a banana. He put it in his pocket, went to go walk away, and then I saw a hand. I couldn't see the driver from my angle. All I saw a hand was go up like this, and then the guy came back and was like, and then washed the window. So he almost took it as a donation, but then the guy's like, no, I gave you a fucking banana. You're gonna wash my windshield. And I'm like, they just washed a windshield for banana. And Samantha's like, well, I guess if you work for money, you're just gonna use it to buy food. So they're just sort of cutting out a middleman there. I was like, he still washed a window for a banana.
Yeah. Like, how does she know he wanted food? Maybe he wanted drugs.
Well, he got a banana and he took it and did
Unless
it,
there were drugs in the banana.
Banana drugs, yeah. I don't know. It was...
He could have gone and met your new best friend.
I've met the truck dealers down there, and they don't carry bananas.
They carry...
Did you try offering him a banana for some of that cocaine, though? You don't know if he would have taken
Oh,
it
you
or
want
not.
cocaine? It's like, oh,
It'd be
right,
2 bananas.
banana. But yeah, he handed him a banana, and he washed a windshield for it. And it was like...
See, that's why I don't think I could go on a trip like that. If I was going to do a trip or go somewhere, I'd rather do a cruise.
Man, if you want to stay sheltered from the realities of certain countries,
Yes, that's exactly what I want.
Then we could have stayed on the resort.
Oh,
There was no...
But you said it was boring, though.
No, not really. It
No?
was relaxing. We just missed a bit of structure. It was kind of weird not having... Yeah.
something to do, like something purposely to do.
Yeah. It was weird not having somebody who's like, you have to do this at this time, you know?
Yeah.
So, we decided to take this tour, and it was amazing, and it was great, and we saw some really cool historic things, and their capital city is incredible, and everybody who lives in this country is an amazing person. For as far as I can see, like I said, even their truck dealer was super nice, but like everybody that I ran into was they found a reason to be happy.
Well, let's be honest, though. The weather's almost always amazing there.
It gets pretty unbearable in the summertime, the amount of heat that they get.
True.
It was very humid, but it was anywhere from 26 to like 33 degrees the whole time.
What's that for our American viewers?
Like
fucking
Look it up.
95 to 90 to...
It's like Google.
I don't know. Yeah. Well, there you go. So I mean, like, I've never left the country, right? I've never been out there. The closest to third world country conditions I've seen is
Minto.
rural New Brunswick. I was just gonna say rural New Brunswick in general,
Zealand.
bud. Calm.
Yeah, I've got the pleasure of saying I've been the one that's taken you the furthest that you've ever been. Haven't I?
Yeah, you've taken me the furthest I've
Yeah, I took
I've
you to
ever been.
Halifax.
You made me a man.
Yep.
Yeah, no, you took me. You took me to Halifax. Which is the farthest I've ever been.
Yeah, we literally just drove there and got something to eat just so we could say that Alex had been to Halifax.
pretty much. So it was a lot of fun. But yeah, no, I'd like to get out there and see what I'm missing in the world. Like actually see the proper, world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. A lot of people. I remember there was this one guy in high school who used to say, he's like, if somebody said, "Oh, I'd love to go to Africa," and he's like, "How do you know it exists?" And they're like, "What do you mean? Of course it exists." He's like, "Well, have you been there? Have you seen
he's
it?
one of
Have you
those
gone?" Yeah,
people.
yeah. He's one of those very literal. If I haven't seen it, doesn't exist.
Kind of like his penis, probably.
Eh.
Well, I mean, realistically, it's like the whole Finland doesn't exist thing online.
Ever heard of that?
Yeah, I guess they're basically on par with flat earthers, but there exists a group online that
You
believes
can't
that
convince me the Earth's not flat.
I will break you. There exists a group online of people who believe that Finland does not exist, that it's actually part of Japan, because of the way that their language structures are. It's exactly the same language. It's a whole big weird thing. But yeah, fun fact.
I don't know.
Finland doesn't
It's hard to argue with somebody who's in that mindset because you're like, okay, whatever.
So you're obviously a crazy person.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure that Alex will argue it.
But they, I don't know. It was interesting. I've only ever been to the States.
Yeah.
The farthest I went was Texas, which is pretty south. But I mean, this is lower than
that even, yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like a cool experience.
It was a cool experience. But like I said, very sheltered on the resort itself.
Yep.
The worst that happened was I was offered drugs, and then
You weren't even technically on the resort.
politely declined. I was. The beach is technically a part
Is
of
it?
the resort.
Okay.
It's just excessive. They have walls up around the resorts, but the beach is like
Just outside the
It
wall.
faces open water, so like, what are
Yeah.
you gonna do, right? But I mean, other than that, just good food, good people. $200 goes a long way down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, brought like $200 cash, and it's like, because I mean, when we booked our tour, it was like $230 Canadian.
Oh wow.
Depressingly enough, almost 170 American. And when they went to go charge it, they have calculators at all their caches, and they'll multiply. You multiply the dollar by 48 to get pesos.
Our dollar or the American dollar?
The American dollar. So they'll multiply it, and then they'll show you on the calculator, and you go, see, and then they do it. So it's really daunting when you're putting your card into a machine that has like the charge showing over 8,000 something.
Yeah. So
And I was like, but
Divide it by 4.
D8. 48.
Oh, 48. Yeah,
Yeah.
divide it by 48.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was making my own like little dad jokes in my head, like when I brought up like I had a $9 bottle of rum and I brought it up and it rings in at like 300 something. I'm like, that's not right, and they're like, okay, and I'm like, shut up.
Just give me my alcohol.
Just let me be funny in English.
Oh my! You're not funny in English either.
Not funny in any language.
You don't understand how funny I am. I don't know. I don't know how well I would do with Spanish either. It's like
all you need to know is C.
No, you gotta learn
no.
cerveza.
Cerveza.
Yeah.
What's cerveza?
Beer.
Uno cerveza, por favor.
No, they wouldn't teach me how to order uno.
No?
No. I had to order like
Cinco
cerveza or like.
You say I want 5 beers.
Yeah, well that's what the guy on the bus said. I was just like, isn't uno 1? He's just like, you don't want 1.
Don't be a pussy.
Dos
Don't be
cervezas.
stupid.
Dos cerveza, por favor.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Or como esta, like the usual stuff.
Como esta?
Yeah, like, hey, how are you? And it was funny because most of them would say bueno or muy bueno, and you're like, okay, they're good, they're very good. And then one lady said this big complicated word that I assumed just meant not bad or something, or like all right. It sounded a lot like comme ci comme ça in French, which is like so, right? So we were walking into the restaurant, and she's like, hola, como está? And Smith is like, oh, good, how are you? And she's like, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, I stopped for a minute and stood there, and I was just like, what did she just call me? Like,
she just told you that her daughter died.
well, she was singing and dancing, so I don't think she.
She's
they all do that down there.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
it's
You were
crazy.
saying that there'd
Nope.
be like guys picking up garbage on the side of the street singing to themselves.
Yeah, and dancing,
Well,
and they're all just.
something that's very interesting is that there's this guy that works with me. He's from Africa, and you'll always see him dancing. Like always, he's just like shimmying.
Well,
while
the thing
taking calls,
is
right? It's just
like somehow in North America, there's been this stigma around dancing and expressing
dirty.
yourself in public,
Mhm.
and
Don't do it.
where I mean, like, of course, Galus, he hasn't told me like which country in Africa he's from. He just says, I think I'm from Central Africa. I'm like, doesn't really tell me too much, but okay. So I mean, I don't know what kind of conditions
how
he
many
came
countries
from.
are in Africa? There's a lot.
There's a lot. There's like, I think there's like,
I just know
60
Nigeria.
or 70.
Just know Nigeria.
Yeah.
You don't know like Egypt, Sudan, Ethiopia.
Egypt's not in Africa.
Is Madagascar technically part of Africa, or is it just
Yes.
kind of like that?
Yeah, I
it's
think it
just
is.
off of Africa.
It's part of Africa. It's an
Okay.
island, but it's part of Africa.
It's part of the continent.
That's just like how PEI is a part of Canada.
we don't talk about PEI.
I was watching that border security show yesterday, and I came into a weird realization that there was this one girl who was like, she was taking a road trip for her 30th birthday to go up to Alaska, and she was passing through the Canadian border and had to declare a shotgun that she had, and everyone's like, why would she bring a shotgun? I'm like, because she's going to fucking Alaska. And then I realized that if Americans want to go to a certain state in their own country, they have to pass through our country. And like, I knew that's a thing. I know where Alaska is geographically.
Don't think about it.
Yeah. And then the guy pointed out to her, she's like, oh, I'll never go through a border check again. And he's like, well, you're gonna have to pass through an American one to get into Alaska. She's like, but that's my country. He's like, but then you're gonna have to pass back, and then again down here. He's like, you're passing like 4 this whole trip.
Yeah.
And she's like, fuck. And I was like, oh my god, this is like...
This woman's a dumb cunt and doesn't
well,
realize.
well, yeah, she's dumb, but at the same time, you don't think about that. There's nowhere in Canada that we would like to visit where we have to pass through another country to get to it. It almost happened when Quebec separated, but that's not...
Quebec didn't separate. They want to separate.
That's what he said. It almost happened.
Okay, yeah.
When they wanted to. Yeah, you're right.
So, I mean, and of course, if that happens, I mean, you can talk about the whole...
Except, and you don't have to do it except in the winter time. Our mutual friend, Jeff, his hometown is Campobello Island.
Yeah.
The only way to get to Campobello Island is either to take the ferry or drive through the States to get there. The ferry doesn't run in the wintertime. So the only way in the winter to get to Campobello Island is you have to drive through the United States.
And then go... Is there a bridge from the States? So, like, Canada just doesn't want to build another fucking bridge, I guess.
Well, it's a lot further between land masses from Campobello to anything on the Canadian side than it is from Campobello to the American side.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
can't they build a bridge? Like, yeah. They built a big fucking bridge for that. No, trying to keep it topical. But
we didn't really have a topic.
No. Trying to keep it with like the current times is like the biggest thing when we were traveling. And this is gonna sound terrible. It's gonna sound weird. But the whole time, every time that I was on Facebook or on the news, and they were like, "Oh, tensions mounting in North Korea with the U.S." and the whole time I was going, "Just wait for me to get back.
I just want to get home.
Start a war. Go for it. See if I care." I was like, I'd rather deal with that from home.
Yeah.
I'd rather not be in the Dominican and then be like, yeah, North Korea just attacked the U.S., so there's no flights going anywhere.
Yeah, you're stuck here.
And it's like, great, because this resort's expensive, and I'm gonna have to pay to stay here again.
Oh, you could have got a great deal on a
dumpster fire down the road.
A restaurant down the road.
A flaming restaurant.
It's a good, yeah.
You could have like a king there.
You asked the restaurant owner, "Can I just sleep in the back here?" Yeah, I will just.
I could have lived like one of the kings that was assassinated. Yes, I could have been very easily killed. Just a white guy down there. I packed nothing but collared shirts because a lot of the restaurants needed you to dress nice. So, which is fine when you're in a nice restaurant, but when you go off the resort and you're walking around town and you're walking through some of these slums and all you have is like dress pants and a collared shirt, and you're like,
"Don't mug me."
And yeah, I didn't tan at all, so I was white as fuck.
White as fuck.
I stood out a lot, but
and yeah, I mean, like like you said before you left, you're like, do I sound selfish that I just like I want the war to start after I get back, so I'm not stuck in the States?
Yeah, the whole time I was like, if Korea's gonna start shit, let me get home first so I can deal with it from a familiar place,
from Canada, not from the place that's at war.
Yeah, well, the Dominican's not at war, but
no,
it's certainly not the place that I would like to hunker down during the Third World War.
I was just going to say, you're right in the fact that if something had happened and North Korea had made a strike against the U.S., they would have shut down flights.
Well, we flew. You fly from there, you fly over the end of Florida.
Yep.
And then a majority of the East Coast for the U.S.
Yeah.
Straight up. So.
Well, it's not really that far away from Florida, though, either, is it? It's like
it's like Florida, Cuba, Haiti, and then Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
So
not far. No. It is what it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what's been up the last.
Yeah, that's what's been happening. So enough of the stories. So moving forward with the channel, I guess we're still looking at sort of a lot of the same growth that we are. We appreciate the continued support. Like I said, we held the contest at 400 subscribers and didn't expect to drive above that.
Yeah.
At least not as quickly.
Moving forward, I guess sort of like we feel like the same format kind of works, and that we'll continue along with it with some audience participation. We would like to, I guess, sort of do some more live streams in the future. More live streams like this, I guess. We kind of need a way to gauge the participation in that, to try to figure out the best possible time to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys want to leave down in the comments, I don't want to set up a schedule around people, but
Like what time?
There's
would
also
be
not
more...
much point in us doing a live stream if nobody's going to be watching.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, like what times would you be most interested in watching a live stream? You know, we'll certainly give a lot of notice before live streams as well, so we can bring in as many people as possible. We can all do this sort of together, AMA style.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's sort of what we used to do, and it was a lot of fun. So see if we could do that. We're also looking at doing some gaming as well, some video games. So let us know some of the stuff you'd like to see us play. You'll see a lot of the same format with some of the gaming. So, but yeah, that's pretty much all the updates that we have, I guess. Unless you guys have anything.
Yeah, no, we were sick and you enjoyed yourself, so that's pretty much wraps up the last 3 weeks.
That's right. I had a great last 3 weeks, and these guys didn't. Yep. And
we hate them for it now.
Yeah, like I said, we pre-record a lot of stuff. So if you go a week without seeing your topic having been drawn or brought up, don't fret.
Yeah, we do change our clothes on a daily basis. So
well. Sometimes.
Depends on whether we're working.
We just don't film it. So,
exactly.
Certainly look out for more updates. We're going to be looking at putting out some content on the weekends, possibly some vlogs, possibly some video games, stuff like that. So, keep an eye out for more. But in the meantime, enjoy the Words Are Hard show as is.
Because we'll be here for you.
Yeah. We won't stop, baby. We won't stop. Can't stop. Won't stop.
Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
Yeah, something like that.
Do you want to quote a shitty song?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Hey guys, thanks for watching that strangely different episode of the Words Are Hard show. Stay tuned for more updates as things go on. If you want to follow us on social media for any of those updates, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. All the links are down in the description below. We also have a merch store where you can buy a lot of the merchandise too. We got t-shirts and a bunch of other fun stuff. Let us know some of the topics that you'd like to hear along with a suggestion down in the comment section, and we will draw your topics and do the suggestion within reason to the best of our abilities. We'd really appreciate it if you're new here. If you could subscribe to the channel, you can click the channel icon between Alex and I here. If you want to watch a previous episode, you can check that out here. Thanks for watching.